All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that. Here we go. Even. Get that ball. Check, check. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Come on, fellas.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Coming to you.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Come on now. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Completes it to Coleman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're...
Touchdown, 49ers! Raheem Mostert, 35 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
There's a quick shot to his tight end, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got a man, Slayton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Here we go. 180. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Winston drops it off for Coleman. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On third down, here's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's get it.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, it's Tate. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. Check back 21.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Then the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Jameis to throw it. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Mostert trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But
he rifles one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
No, off. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On second down, here's Barkley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 13. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got 2, but and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Giants have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Mike 20. Let him go. Push him back.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Jameis now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Winston. He's got his man on the crossing route. Well, the 49ers now are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Winston now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Again, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field.
Here we go.
Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Hey, gun. 57's Mike.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
In your face.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun, and he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Winston from the gun on third down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not that. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go. 180. 21. Kill. 61. Matchbox light.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Alert. Check flag 33. Watch the run. 21.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Fancy footwork at the 45. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They will run again with Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He finds Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Mostert. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down, brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Here we go.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
1, Omaha. 2.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
They can't stop you, son.
So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Let's go.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
11.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Garoppolo now. He'll let this go for the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort from minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Here we go. Black 80!
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Hey, alert!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly.
Here we go.
How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 24. Come on. Sunday. Let's go.
Now Mostert. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Coleman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Even.
Here's Mostert. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.